Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your life and thought, yeah, I messed that timeline up? Like, you thought you'd be married by now, you thought you'd be stable by now, you thought that at this stage in the game, I'd be healed, I'd be financially straight by now, emotionally together by now. But instead, you're sitting here in your late 30s, 40s, or 50s thinking, why do I feel like I'm starting from scratch? And that thought sneaks in, it might just be too late. I need to tell you something real quick. That is not a thought coming from God, because God doesn't see your life in decades. He sees it in purpose. So for a long time, I thought starting over was embarrassing. Like, man, I missed the mark. I look at all the people that I graduate from school with. They have careers that they have been on government jobs, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, well, 20, 30 years or so, right? And now they're almost at the point of retirement. Or most of them are married now. They have their families and all the things. But I look at my life and I think, I should already have it together. I should have been rebuilding again. I shouldn't be rebuilding again. I shouldn't be relearning myself again. I shouldn't be reintroducing myself again. But what I didn't realize is this: sometimes starting over isn't punishment, it's alignment. It's now this is the time that God was going to use your life for the purpose that He ordained for you from the foundations of the earth. I know, we think that we should have accomplished certain things by now, but God doesn't see things the same way we do. God is not on a timeline. And so often we look like we're behind the 8 ball or we missed the mark. See, I thought I was late. God says I was finally ready. And in your mind, you're thinking, ready now? This late in the game? Lord, I should have done started by now. And He said, you ready to stop people pleasing? You're ready to stop surviving. You are ready to stop living in fear mode. Because if I'm honest with you guys, a lot of my life has been fear-based. And that comes from childhood trauma. And He said, you're ready to stop choosing what's familiar over what's healthy. And that's when God said to me, okay, now I can build your life. And that's where many of you are. You look at your life and you think, by now I should have done all of these things. I should have accomplished buying the home, having the white picket fence, traveling the world. I should be now at this stage of my life, traveling the world, seeing the world, maybe having my grandkids. And yeah, I have grandkids and yeah, I travel. But there's so many other things. I look at my life and I think, man, I missed that timeline. I should have already accomplished that. I bought my house late in the game, but I still have the house. So God doesn't look at time the way we look at time. And I want to ask you, what is it in your life right now that you feel you are behind on? What is it? And here's a relatable struggle that many of us face modern time today. Some of us watching this right now, we still paying for old decisions that we've made. Still carrying old trauma. We're still recovering from relationships that broke us. Still trying to rebuild the confidence to move forward. Still trying to rebuild our faith that things are possible in life for us. We still trying to rebuild our finances because, well, if we honest, when we're younger, we squandered that. We weren't saving. And if you had a parent like mine or parents like mine, they never taught me anything about saving. My parents didn't even teach me about credit. You know how I learned about credit? Messing it up. Come on. Are we honest now? I learned through messing it up. You still trying to rebuild you just like I am. And society makes us feel like if you didn't have it together by 25, oh, you failed. If you didn't have it together by 30, you are so behind. If you don't have this much in an IRA and a savings account somewhere hidden, oh, you are behind. If you don't have it together by 40, it's over. That's a lie from the pit of hell. But let me tell you something. That's culture talking. That's society. That's experts. That's comparison talking. That's shame talking. That is not God talking. Again, I tell you, God is not limited by time. What the word of God say? A day is worth 1,000 years to Him. 1,000 years is worth a day. God doesn't rush growth. God doesn't shame our progress. God doesn't cancel purpose because of timing, because we made some mistakes, because we where he was trying to have us go this way, we veered off this way because we thought over there would be better, or we thought we would get over there and we would accomplish it quickly, or we got involved in a lot of this get rich quick or get it fast schemes. You know who started late? Moses was 80 when God said, now go. Abraham was old when God said, now I'll use you. Now I'll give you and Sarah a child. Sarah laughed because she thought God missed her window. I can go through the Bible and show you God is not limited by what limits us. Ruth, remember Ruth? Ruth had to lose everything before she found her destiny. And they all thought it was too late until God said, now. You think you missed your moment. I thought I missed my moment because I've asked God sometimes, like, I wanted to be married. I asked God, Lord, I want to be married. Why don't I have a husband? I want to be at this point in my life traveling the world. I got my kids already, got my grandkids. Well, some grandkids because 2 of my children don't have kids. But I want to be traveling. And God says, why can't you? Because see, you think now that you're in your late 40s, oh, it's too late for you. Starting over in your late 40s doesn't mean you fail. It doesn't mean you failed, Antoinette. It means you survived, you learned, you outgrew, you woke up, you now set boundaries, you stopped settling, you stopped lying to yourself, you stopped living for everybody else. It means the old version of you, Antoinette, couldn't carry the next version of you. And yes, it is uncomfortable knowing that some things you wish you would have accomplished by now. It's lonely sometimes, yeah. It's humbling, but it's also holy because now you get to walk in the purpose of which I ordained for your life. It's not saying I didn't have purpose for those other years. God doesn't rebuild what he has plans to waste. He reveals what he plans to use. And that's where you and I right now. And I just want to encourage you, if you feel like it's too late for you or you've missed the mark and God can't use you, because society will tell you when you get in your 40s, if you haven't done certain things, or your 20s, your 30s, if you haven't accomplished certain things, you behind, you over. That is not God's way. God is sovereign. He can use anything. He took 2 fish and 5 loaves and fed over 5,000. He took the widow woman who only had a flask of oil. He multiplied that oil. She was able to pay her debt, and her sons were able to live off of it. God is not limited by the things that society will say limit us. We have grown with this mentality that we have to do certain things by certain milestones. That's not God. Yes, it's nice to accomplish those things, but that's not God. So I want to say, if you feel like you're behind the 8 ball, late to the game, out of sync, out of place, out of time, I want you to hear this and hear me in love and hear me from the heart of God. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not behind God's schedule. You are just in the chapter where God says, let's do this the right way, in the right time, in the time that I purposed it for you. If this is your season of starting over, let it be your season of starting over with God. Not rushing, not proving, not comparing, not looking at other people who have gotten what you think you should have had by now. Just trusting that what feels like late to you and I was actually divine protection, divine alignment, divine navigation. And if you needed this today, you are not alone. God didn't say you're done. He said, start again. Simply start again. So if you're in your late 20s and what society said you should have accomplished by 25, you haven't got, start with God. If you're in your 30s and you feel like, oh, I should have accomplished this by now, start with God. If you're in your late 40s like me and you feel like you should have accomplished certain things, start with God. For me at my age, I feel like I should be almost at my point of retirement because I want to travel the world right now. But you know what God says to me? And you still can. Just start this time with me. Whoever you are, started with God. Trust him. Okay? Many of you right now are struggling in some things and you don't know where to turn in the Bible to believe the word. You have people telling you, oh, just read the Bible. Yeah, all of the Bible is good for correction and edification, right? But when you're struggling in an area, or when you're struggling like me to believe that God still can accomplish things through you, it's hard to know what to do when you don't know specific places to go in the word. That's why I created a 21-day Find It in the Word God to help you in that. If you're interested in it, the link for it is going to be down in the description, and I'm going to pin it as a comment. Get it, because there are certain areas or certain things or barriers that you're facing in life right now. You feel like you're behind, or you feel like, I don't know where to go in the Word. I give you specific Bible verses that are in context, not out of context, not just to make you feel good, but that are in context, that you can read the Word of God and see what He promised you and how He will help you accomplish that thing, even though you may feel like you're behind, or you missed the mark, or you don't know how to get out of that challenge financially, relationally, in the marriage, employment, whatever it is. And it also has prayers to help you navigate that. Again, it's going to be down in the description of the video, and I'm going to pin it as a comment. I urge you to get it, because it'll help you know where to go specifically in the Word of God for whatever you're being challenged with. My sister and brother, I pray that this has blessed you. If you are blessed by this message, I want you to put down in the comments, starting with God. Start with God. You are not late. You're always on time. Shirley Caesar sings that song. Get ready for your miracle. Move to the front of the line, because you are next in line for a miracle. Shalom.